So I want to play a little game called I lost all my makeup and these are the things I'm replacing first. Not to envision like ever having to have that happen. That would be horrible. That would be tragic. I have so much makeup back here in these counters. I don't know. I couldn't ever possibly replace it all at once. So what are the things that I would run to the store ASAP and replace? And I want to know a couple of the items that you would replace first too. And let's go, boo. Boop. So let's go in order of my face. And I haven't completely thought out everything yet. You guys are going to kind of go through the thought process with me right in my drawers back here. So I have all my face products first. Let's start with that, starting with foundation and concealer. And then I think I'll pair a primer to like what I would run to, you know? I think the foundation that I would run out and purchase first is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation. I'm actually almost out of this one and I'm gonna go ahead and rebuy it. It's not oftentimes that I repurchase foundations, but I love this one so much. And the versatility of this foundation is amazing because I can use this just with my fingertips really quickly and give like a more of a tinted look, or I can use a sponge to get a medium coverage, or I can use a brush to get it almost full coverage. This is the one that I know could get me through like a month, and then I would let myself buy another one because it would be really expensive to even replace a portion of my makeup collection that I know I would have to like take it easy, you know? So this is the foundation I'm pretty sure I would go to. It's hard to say that because I have so many favorites. I mean, even IT Cosmetics, that Nude Glow, this one I love so much, but I know it's not as versatile. It's just always going to be glowy. This one I can make glowy, I can make matte. It's just more versatile. So I think this is the one. Yes. Ooh, concealer. This might be a surprise because I feel like I'm the only one still using it, but I think I would go and pick up a Tarte Shape Tape. Like I cannot have a makeup collection without this little nugget right here. I do use the Ultra Creamy now because it's almost the same amount of coverage. It's like a little bit less, which is a little bit more hydrating for my dry skin. So I would still go and replace my Tarte Shape Tape. I would have to do one lighter coverage concealer for my lightweight days. And what would that be? Oh, I think it would have to be, I'm torn. I really like the Milk Future Fluid, but this is like truly a medium coverage. I think I would have to go with my Revolution Eye Bright Concealer because this one, it's a very light coverage and it has a bit of a glow and helps me look awake. And I know I'll be crying all night if I lost my collection. So I would need to look a little bit more awake and alive and brightened because I would be dead inside. Oh my gosh. It sounds dramatic, but literally I would be crying a river, okay? So yes, I think I would do this concealer and the Tarte Shape Tape. I need the versatility. I already got the versatility in the foundation, so I don't need another one. That's what I'm gonna go with, these two. Is anybody surprised by those? Who's used the Revolution Eye Bright? I think it's super underrated. You should try it. Primer's a tricky one. I think I would just go with this one to start because it works well no matter what, and I'm a dry skin gal, so the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer I think I would go with. But that's a hard no. That's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. You know, Okay, I think I got it. I think I do. This is, okay, I have explanations. I would get this same travel size of the Tarte Smoothing Primer, Timeless Smoothing Primer. This travel size has lasted me forever, and that's only like 20 bucks. So I would do this because it's pore filling and it can turn my foundation more matte. But if I pair it with a glowy product like this, it'll be more glowy. So I would also pick up another e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter if I could find it. I mean, I just literally found this in the second restock ever from e.l.f. Who knows when they're gonna restock again. I know they sold out again. So I would do this for my glowy days paired with this for the primer, the pore area. You know, slap that on, slap at the base, and that would be good. More flexibility. If I did the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer, I'd be stuck with just glowy, which, listen, I don't mind, but there are days that I want it a little bit more matte. I think this could give it to me. This would. Not I think, I know this could give it to me, and it works well with that foundation. And this could work as like my liquid highlighter. So it's like a multi-purpose product, right? So I can get it to add that extra glow. I could actually mix it in with foundation. So that's my multi-purpose babe. That's hard. Listen, take it back. I would go with the Auric Glow Lust. If I'm crying a river, which you know that I am, forget this Auric Glow Lust. Listen, I told you my thoughts weren't organized. I'm going to be making this up as I go. I'm going to be figuring it out as I go. And it would be this because I love this so much, but it is pricey. So my first thought is like saving money. You got to replace the whole face. You got to go save some money. But if I'm like, hey, treat yourself, Auric Glow Lust. Out of these three, Charlotte Tilbury, e.l.f. Glow, Auric still wins the cake for me. It takes all the cakes. It takes the cake. What is that the right saying? I don't think so. But let's save some money on powder, okay? Let's go ahead and get the Halo Glow setting powder from e.l.f. because listen, this is my third one. No, yes, it is. And I love it so much. The more that I use this and the Haus Labs powder, I already know they're a pretty darn close dupe, but I'm just like, I wouldn't repurchase the Haus Labs. I'll just get the e.l.f. again. I'm glad that I have this. I think it's beautiful. It works basically the same way, but why pay $38 when you can pay, is this like $8, $10 at the most? Just do this one. So this is what I would replace it with because it gets the job done and it makes my skin look nice and not dry and dusty and powdery, and I love it. If you got oily skin, you might not love either of those powders, but I don't, and I'm replacing my collection. I got dry skin. So with that said, I do have a pressed powder I would have to replace immediately. And this one is the Jouer Soft Focus and Hydrate Pressed Powder. This adds such a beautiful glow to my skin. Holy moly. This would just help me feel awake and happy again. Wouldn't recommend this for anything with flash photography. It's very, very brightening, but just on the day-to-day, oh, this baby, this is never going away. This is what I've been looking for my whole life. Contour is kind of hard because there's not a lot these days. While I like the Milani Conceal and Perfect contour, it's not quite dark enough that it doesn't really like show up as much when I go to powder my face. It blends beautifully though. I love the formula of it. I think I just would need a shade darker, but I know the shade darker is a little bit warmer. So what would I do for my contour bronzer? Like I can't get the Tarte Park Avenue Princess again. So, and I really only use one shade. Okay, I guess if Tarte makes Princess Cut just by itself, that's what I would get for my contour powder. Okay, because I don't know what else I would do. I guess I would find a new contour powder or contour palette. I just hate palettes because I don't use half the shades in there, but I would need to replace it with something. I guess maybe the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer. Yeah, because that one's a good shade and it lasts and I can see it. So let me go with that one. And this is a travel size again, so I could save some money on that while rebuilding my collection. Or I would just try something new. Let myself experiment with that one, because apparently I don't have like a fave contour I would probably, but I have good ones. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think so. Blush. Let me tell you, 2 years ago, couldn't care less about blush. Not possible to care any less. I didn't know that I was missing out so much on coral shades. I don't know what I was thinking all that time. Also, coral shades were very few and far between, and orangey tones for blushes, they were harder to find. Nowadays, you can see them everywhere. You can find them everywhere, and I love it. So that, plus putting my blush more up here, changed the game for me, okay? So now I love blush, and now this is really hard because Cover FX would be my first choice, monochromatic, but now I've kind of graduated into other things. So I think I would have to pick a cream and a powder. I would get the Profusion Blush Hour. It's a $5 blush you can pick up at Walmart. It is amazing. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. And it's in the perfect shade for me called Mai Tai. Perfect orangey coral shade. Just love it. And then I would need like a different tone too for different looks that I do, right? So I would go with the, surprise, surprise, Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light wand that I recently picked up from Sephora because it blends out like a freaking dream. I finally found something that was hyped up that actually works from her. Listen, we got beef, okay? I'm not a biggest fan of Charlotte Tilbury products, but this one is beautiful and it's glowy and I really like that. So those would give me two different shades, but I would still need a powder because sometimes I need like a little bit of intensity. And I think I would go with an Hourglass Ambient Light Blush because they just look so beautiful. This is a toss-up because the way I'm thinking is I could get, let's say I could get one of these palettes. I mean, this is limited editions to this year, so I don't think I'd be able to get this one. You know, it just depends. Hopefully that never happens. Hopefully I never lose all my makeup. But if I could, I would just do one of these because I love the bronzer and I love the blush formulas. Those are beautiful. I think I would need to replace that immediately. They also have this little trio that's year round. I wouldn't necessarily need the ambient light powder. I'm indifferent about it. It's all right. But the blush and bronzers, any trio, any palette they have with the blush and bronzer, I could get singles, but that's freaking pricey, man. Big part of me wants to say the Cover FX monochromatic blush and bronzers. but I feel like they're hanging on by a thread, you know? So I don't know when it, like, hopefully this never happens and I lose my makeup, but if it did, are they still around? Oh, I do really like these still though. They like will last all day long, you know? I don't have to worry about them wearing down or anything. Okay, that's a lot of blushes. Highlight, what would I do for oh, I know what I would do. I would have to go and place an order with Kaleidos and get these two highlighters because this one sparks joy. It's the Space Age Prophecy Monochromatic Highlighter. I would actually get the gifted one maybe. That's the newer shade. This one is so stunning. It's so pretty. I mean, picking it up on camera right here doesn't do it justice, but it is amazing. I just love it. Oof. Hang on. Let me just do a little bit of this action right here. And then you see that, and then you do this. Oh, do you see that? Ooh, it is so pretty. It's like red and green and yellow, and it's just so fun. So I would do that one because it's fun. And then I think maybe I would go ahead and get Ray Rider too because it's a good like neutral everyday palette. I mean highlighter. Setting spray, I begrudgingly would go and repurchase the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray. Listen, I just don't like the way it smells, but it sets amazingly and I just wouldn't need to think about it. Bada bing, bada boom. That's what I would replace. Brow products, same thing, begrudgingly. I don't know. No, I wouldn't. I think I'm done buying this Patrick Ta brow lamination gel. I would just go back. I've been on the hunt for good brow products all year. Haven't found my favorite. I guess maybe I would try something else. And then if I couldn't, you know, I'd give one other thing a chance and then I would just buy this again because I feel like I have to. I feel like it's the closest thing I've gotten to perfection with my brows, but it's just finicky. And 100% I would just go and buy some more of my CoverGirl micro fine pencils. I mean, I bought like 20 of these in my lifetime already. What's another one? I would just replace it with a bunch of these pencils and then my brows would be done. What else we got? Eyeshadow palettes. This would be hard because I have so many, but I think off the top of my head, first thing that comes to mind of like, shoot, what would I really be sad about? What would I really miss when it comes to my eyeshadow palettes? Because there's a lot. And obviously we can't talk about limited edition products. Those are just like, it is what it is. But it would be the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. That's the one that I know that I will, it would be a weird thing if this time is done, if one day this is done with, and I don't replace it with a new freshie because it is beautiful. I love the looks that I create with it. Every time I just feel really pretty and I love the different textures in here. Even though this is like a 3-year-old palette, I'm still in love with it every day. It's a beautiful palette. I love this so much. I think this is the one palette I would immediately run and repurchase out of all of them. I feel like that says a lot. I love this palette. Oh, it's so good to me. I love it. There are other ones that I would eventually want to replace, and there's color stories like rainbows and stuff that I'd want to redo, but that would be the first thing. I'd already be spending so much that I wouldn't be able to replace everything. Lashes I would immediately replace, or the House of Lashes Iconic Lights, which you can get at Target now. Love those. I've rebought those a million times. Liquid liner. I would get the CoverGirl Exhibitionist liquid liner, and you know I would get the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. That'd probably be one of the first things that I replace. Like, I need to run and go get some mascara. CoverGirl Exhibitionist come through. Love this thing. Repurchased it a million times. A lot of CoverGirl products I like, don't I? But this one, I really like this matte liquid liner. I feel like nobody talks about it. Super good and lasts really long. It goes on really precise. Love it. What else we got here? Liner. I can't get the Marc Jacobs anymore. Oh my goodness, I would be so sad. I have like 3 in my backup of the Marc Jacobs highliner. Oh no, I would get the KVD sharpener, twist up liners. Whatever it is, they bought I was going to say they stole the formula. They didn't steal the formula. They bought the formula allegedly from Marc Jacobs when Marc Jacobs Beauty went out of business. So I need to try that one. Just haven't gotten around to it because I have some liners I got to get through that I stocked up on when they had their sale and they're going out of business. Rest in peace. So I would go and get that and try it and see if it is truly a dupe. It's just a twist up gel liner, you know. It's not fancy, but it's the twist up action that makes it easy. Don't have to sharpen it, but it still feels like one that you sharpen. It's not stiff. Like a regular twist up liner is like, they can be really stiff sometimes. I know I'm over explaining this, but if you're looking for that, like a gel liner that goes on smooth and creamy, but you want to be able to twist it up, try that one too, because it might be amazing. I think it will be. I do. I have faith. I don't know if I'd like have to run out and get any other eye products because the new nude covers so many textures. I don't think I need any glitters or shimmers or anything like that. I could slowly build up that. There's fun stuff that I have, but it would not be an emergency, you know? Lippies though, I think I would go and get an LA Girl Shockwave nude lip liner. I think I'd get this one called Coquette because it's like a good basic nude lip liner and it is really creamy, long wearing, and affordable. So I'd go with this lip liner. And dang it, all of my favorite lippies are kind of limited edition. This Too Faced Melted Matte that I love in Sugar Cookie, you can't get that. Every other year they've been launching it. Maybe Cool Girl. Do they even make these from Too Faced anymore? I don't know. This is just making me realize how expired my collection might be. But I would immediately go and repurchase my Buxom Blushing Margarita. This one or Caroline? No, any of them. Any of my Buxom lippies really I love. Maybe I would get like a little set, like a Buxom lippy set. And then I could get like a few shades going in my collection for almost the same price as this. That's what I would do. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that I would like have to repurchase right away? I don't think so. There's a lot of stuff that I love in my collection, but like what would I have to repurchase in an emergency situation? I think those are the things. I think they're the things. So let's hope that that never actually has to happen. But if it did, what would you immediately have to go out and replace immediately? Like literally, I'd run to Target and grab my CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I'd grab some concealer, that Revolution concealer, you know, just something like that. Ooh, that might be a fun video. Should I try that? Like, what would I replace at the drugstore, like immediately? What would I run and get? Maybe I'll do that in the next one. Well, let me know if you like the style video though, and I will do some more like this, and subscribe if you want to see more beauty things from me because I am posting all the time. Baby, come hang out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.